where you want it.
Bay 12, please.
Hello there, Transformers fans, and welcome back to another Bay 12 video review. And today we are reviewing the Transformers Shattered Glass Blaster. So this is the evil Autobot, the evil communications officer of the Shattered Glass universe. And this is the second figure of the second set of Shattered Glass figures that are companion comic releases. And overall, it looks really awesome. You got some really cool artwork of Shattered Glass Blaster there on the side. We've got some really cool artwork of Shattered Glass Blaster on that side, some more on that side, some toy pics on the back, as well as some words and things, and that's pretty much it for the packaging. And also, again, I love the weird angular packaging of the Shattered Glass packaging. And here he is. Now, this is our first official repaint release of the Kingdom, or the current generation not Shattered Glass, but the current generation's blaster mold. And he looks great in that Shattered Glass gray color. Overall, nothing is different about this mold. From what I can tell, they didn't even change the face sculpt. He, of course, also comes with one of his mini cassettes, but unlike regular Blaster, Shattered Glass Blaster comes with Rewind, not Eject. And Rewind is this nice translucent red color. Same mold as the regular universe Eject, because Rewind and Eject shared a mold. So transformation, as I've already started, you just pull down on that leg section, rotate the knee at the ball joint so that the legs are facing forward, pull the arms out from his hips there, rotate on that ball joint there so they're facing forward also, and then just come to the back and then pull the head out. It is also on a ball joint. So there you go. There is Shattered Glass Evil Autobot mini cassette Rewind, and here he is next to the Positive Universe Heroic Autobot Eject. So now we finally have Eject and Rewind in cassette form in the current generations lineup, except one's a Heroic Autobot and this time one's an Evil Autobot. So a little bit of variation there. And I really like the colors on this guy. I love the bright cyan color there, the dark blue over here. Again, the gray paneling looks great. Hopefully this isn't the last recolor of this guy that we get for a while, because it's been long overdue that we get a modern twin cast. Hasbro really loves doing repaints with figures, especially with Soundwave for some reason. When it comes to Soundwave, we usually get quite a bit of repaints and recolors of Soundwave, including Sound Blaster almost every single time, but we almost never get a twin cast recolor of Blaster for some reason and at least in the Hasbro releases, we almost never get a twin cast repaint of Blaster, which is strange to me. But here you go for comparison. Here he is next to regular Positive Universe Blaster. So you can see them side by side. This is the Kingdom release / Wave 1 Legacy release, since it came out at the tail end of Kingdom and at the very beginning of Legacy. Same figure, nothing different. Pretty awesome side by side. I love the drastic variation in colors. Also for comparison, here he is next to what I can only assume is his partner in crime in the Shattered Glass universe, since they're constantly partnered together in the Positive universe. Here's Shattered Glass Blaster next to Shattered Glass Trax. And this is not the Road Rage release from Kingdom. This is actually the official Shattered Glass Trax figure from BotCon 2012. So you can see those guys side by side. And they look pretty great side by side together. And then, of course, here he is next to his Heroic Decepticon rival, Shattered Glass Soundwave. Now, we'll be getting a Shattered Glass Soundwave in the main Hasbro Shattered Glass line. This was also a BotCon 2012 exclusive. It's an awesome, awesome figure. I love this version of Soundwave, but it would be nice to get an updated Soundwave. The fifth and final figure of the Shattered Glass second set of figures is going to be Soundwave. This figure is fully articulated. Head is on a ball joint, fully articulated shoulders, in and out on the shoulders, upper bicep, single jointed elbows. You don't have any swivel on the wrists, but you can kind of fold the wrists out, but that's mostly due to transformation. Waist articulation, hips, upper thigh, single jointed knees, side ankle joints. You can move the front of the foot forward and back, but that's mostly due to transformation. And then of course you can open his chest compartment by pushing on the button here on the center of his torso, just like with the regular blaster that I showcased earlier when I pulled out Shattered Glass Eject. Or Rewind, not Eject. Now I'm getting them mixed up. Transformation is just like with the Kingdom/Legacy Blaster release. First things first, we're going to take his Electro Disruptor rifle out of his hand here, which they also cast in that awesome dark blue color, kind of an indigo color. Close that chest compartment first of all. Before we get the legs too far transformed, before we can't do this anymore, another cool feature on this, and I don't think I ever mentioned this on the Legacy/Kingdom Blaster review, you can push those in and flip his speakers around. Now this is how they're supposed to be in alt mode with those lines over the speaker bits, but there you go. Push up the feet like so. We're going to rotate his waist around like so. We're going to come to his back over here. There's this back panel we're just going to open up and then fold his head all the way down on the inside and close that back up. Bring the arms out. Bring this plate out, and then what we're going to do is we're going to fold those wrists all the way back on both arms, and then we're going to, on this joint right here, we're going to grab the forearm and we're going to rotate it around where that elbow joint was, and then we're going to rotate the arm a full 180 like so. So do the same over here, grab that, fold it over, rotate it around. And then we're going to start working on the legs. Grab these sections right here. We're going to untab those from the sides of the legs and pull them down. We're also going to full 180 rotate that leg around, and actually more than that. We're going to rotate it to this point where this section is facing forward. Then we're going to start bringing that up. Do the same thing over here. Bring that handle out. Bring that out to the side, and then start to bring that up. Open up this panel that was on the back of the leg out to that, it only goes that far, and then there's a secondary panel that folds out from the top. Do the same thing over here, fold that out, fold that out. You'll notice there's a little tab sticking out of the back of the thigh right here. There is a little hole right there you're going to slot that into, so bring that shoulder down so this part's facing forward, and then tab that thigh section into the forearm. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to leave that tabbed in first, because that, without that, it's not going to properly line up. There we go. Rotate that inward. It's going to click into place, and that's one side done. Do the same over here. Bring that down, tab that in, hold it, push it into place, and then this is going to tab down on those thigh sections as well. Tab that down. Last step is to bring the handle together, tab it together, and there you go. Now he's in his boombox mode. Pretty nice, clean boombox mode, I think. And you can still put tapes inside. Open that up. You can put the cassette back in there in its cassette mode. And overall, I think he looks great in his boombox mode. Got the little dials and things, other little details, all the little speakers, the side speakers. Awesome handle up there on the top. You can even kind of rotate the handle down, tab it back in so the handle's not showing, as if you were to fold, rotate the handle back on an actual boombox. I mean, this little bit gets in the way. That's why it splits apart when you try to push it all the way back. But it's still, I think it looks cool like this too. And I think it'll be really awesome at some point to compare and have Shattered Glass Soundwave in his cassette mode next to Shattered Glass Blaster. And for comparison, here he is next to regular Positive Universe Blaster in his boombox mode, so you can see the two boomboxes, both good and evil, side by side. And again, in both modes, I think comparatively they look really, really great side by side. I hope we can finish this off and for once get a modern twin cast. I think twin cast would look really, really cool in this mold. And of course, like I said, you can take their respective cassettes here and put them in there. So you've got your soundtrack of heroic awesomeness next to your mixtape of evil. Oh, there we go. And then you can just kind of have them blast it out with some awesome like sound waves and stuff at each other and see who wins. I don't know. Really awesome release. I'm glad we got a more recent release of this guy for regular Hasbro market, mostly because the e-hobby set with both Soundwave and Blaster and some of their cassettes is like crazy expensive. Plus, the G1 mold, as good as it is a little dated as far as articulation and detail, and this is a nice improvement on that. Hopefully we get more cassettes though sometime in the future. I mean, the cassette pack that we got a while back in Generation Selects was awesome, but I mean, we only got 4, and there are so many more cassettes out there that I hope Hasbro gets to. So fingers crossed that they have more in the works and other cassette packs in the works, because I don't know about you, but I would definitely order more cassette packs if Hasbro decides to do them for the current generation's mold of Soundwave and Blaster. Stay tuned for more awesome reviews here on Bay 12. Stay tuned for more Transformers reviews, and stay tuned for the rest of the Shattered Glass figures that Hasbro has in store for us for this year. I hope they continue the Shattered Glass line. Based off of the conversations I had with some of the main Hasbro guys over at SDCC in person, they said that the comic isn't supposed to continue after Part 2. It is supposed to end with Shattered Glass Part 2, but that doesn't mean that the figures are necessarily going to end with Shattered Glass Part 2. So a little bit of insider info I got by talking with them. Really nice people, and they've been doing some really cool stuff with the Transformers brand. What are some characters you hope to see in Shattered Glass at some point in the future? I really want to see more Decepticons. I'm sure there's some other fans who do as well, but we'll just have to wait and see with everybody else. Check out many of the other reviews we've done here on Bay 12, because we do more than just Transformers content. Stay tuned for our Bay 12 live sales that we try to do monthly on our Bay 12 Facebook page, and check out the new Bay 12 physical store location. First time ever we've opened a physical store location. There's all kinds of cool collectibles, even some Transformers stuff, and it's at our Willow Bend Mall location in North Texas and West Plano off of Park and North Dallas Tollway. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. Transform and roll out.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.